Hello, welcome back to Morning Qi Gong with the Levy Tai Chi School and myself, Lao Shi Paul Nettles. See how easy it comes back. It is Thursday, September 17th, and I apologize for the few minutes late start. I'm as easily as the patter comes back, the getting up on time and getting everything done in the house in time to get out here and broadcast doesn't come back so easy. But good morning. Thank you for joining me. Whether you're live or you're catching up later, it's good to have you with me as always. It's good to be back able to do live feeds again. That's a quite nice surprise, which I'm going to run with. This morning I was thinking about something kind of funny, and I think this is a fairly universal experience. We have talked in class before about how when we perform certain postures that we make sure that we have a loose fist, that you can actually pass a finger through your fist. It's nice and loose, because bearing down very quickly will cause tension to rise up the arms into the shoulders, into the neck, and all of a sudden you're expecting a fight, and all you've done is tighten your fist up and hold it for a while. And it has long intrigued me how our bodies and our minds respond in those manners. So yesterday, quite by accident, I ended up watching a Bob Ross painting show, The Joy of Painting. I'm sure you all have seen those shows. Out of the blue, I haven't watched Bob Ross since I was a child, literally. And I say I watched the show because I watched the entire thing. There is a quality to how Mr. Ross presented his shows and spoke and did his paintings and expressed a philosophy as he created landscapes in a 30-minute, less than 30-minute time frame. And I was realizing, it occurred to me that a big part of his philosophy, of his presentation, was to speak in that Bob Ross voice. And I don't mean the happy little clouds things, the memes we think about. I'm talking about how he simply spoke. He spoke in a very soft, soothing voice. He never got riled up. He never got excited when he would beat his fan brushes against the leg of his easel. That was the most exciting, active thing you'd see out of him. Was that bat 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 sound and movement. And it is known, it's fairly common knowledge, that same quiet voice that we use on babies and children and upset people is calming, in the same way that relaxing your hands is calming, in the same way that a raised voice or a voice filled with tension through the throat and the larynx will make us feel more aggressive, will make us feel more agitated. And I'm not espousing that you go through life with a very soft, breathy voice. I'm not saying you should walk around like Bob Ross and speak in that very gentle tone. But be aware that how you speak, that how you hold yourself, how you hold your posture, how you tighten your fists or don't, all those things can and will affect your mood. It's a very intriguing thing. It's a little frightening to know that something as simple as your posture can affect your moods, but it's also a powerful tool. You can take that and run with it. That's a very cool thing. You have this very simple tool at hand, simpler even than doing Qi Gong, by relaxing your posture, by letting your shoulders drop, letting your head rise naturally on your neck, letting your torso rest on your hips, letting your legs support you with gentle bends in your knees. Let your hands hang at your sides. Those simple little things can really affect your mood. It's a very interesting tool to have in your toolbox. Don't forget it. Don't forget it's there. It's a simple thing. Breathing. Just like that. Heart rate is slowed. My nervous system is settled down a little bit. That was one breath. After years of practice, yes. But you can get there. You're here this morning. Every little bit all adds up. Simple tools. Use them. They're there for you. Use them. Just like this class. It's here for you. All right. Let's go ahead and have class, shall we? Stick right in my spot. Several sticks. Lifting the heavens. all gazes backwards. Breathe out. Stars fall to earth. Breathe in. Lion wags tail. out. Quan Ti sits on throne. Breathe in. And stamp the earth. One more. I will say this, it is tough to be Bob Ross calm when you've got gnats in your ears and your face and they won't leave you alone. So tomorrow, bug repellent. The other thing, I don't know if you can hear them. I want just to reassure you, if you can hear the hens cackling in the background, my hen yard is right around the corner of the house there behind us, about 40-50 feet, and I've got 14 hens back there, and they're just getting to the age where they're laying. I think 4 of the 14 have reached maturity and have begun laying. And if you've never been around chickens before, chickens always cackle after they lay an egg. That's that noise you're hearing in the background over and over again, and the noise you've been hearing most of the class, I believe. That's completely normal. They're not stressed or in pain or in any way distressed. I learned a couple days ago, actually for the first time, that chickens do that, they believe, as a means of drawing predators away from the nest. They lay the egg, they leave the nest, and then they start cackling, which of course draws attention of predators, and that keeps them from having their nest robbed. So we've been hearing quite a lot of that here of late, especially with new hens. It's a all new sensation, so they're very wound up and they're very vocal. So if you heard that last video, this video, if you hear it in the future, it's nothing to worry about. They're perfectly fine. You will know an alarm call from something that's not an alarm call, and I think they actually did have an alarm call earlier for a little bit, and Heidi's in the back porch, so it was probably just somebody burning trash and the smoke concerned them or something and they got nervous. I wouldn't let harm come to my ladies. So tomorrow's Friday, back again out here in the yard, this time with some gnat repellent. And then Saturday morning, of course, at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, we'll be back in the museum, Alexandria Museum of Art, on the 3rd floor for our group class. I do hope you join me. We had a good turnout last weekend. It was very, very pleasant to have a group again around us. I say around in a very socially distanced manner, but to have a group up there all moving the same direction, to have our little sangha together again was very, very nice. So if you feel comfortable, if you feel safe wearing a mask and being in public with a group that's distanced out pretty good, by all means join us. If not, we will do a live feed from there as well. If I should have no problems getting onto the Wi-Fi museum, the museum's Wi-Fi. I think they fixed the issues that were plaguing us last time. And since we can go live again, we will have a live feed from the museum and not a pre-recorded system. If we pre-record, of course, it'll get to YouTube as soon as it can. So, until then, thank you for joining me. Don't mind the hens. Sorry about the gnat flailing. And be safe and be well. I'll see you tomorrow.